Good evening, listeners. Tonight, I invite you to step carefully into a world that lies quietly folded between sleep and wakefulness. A world I like to call the in-between. It is a place where desires take on a life of their own, and sometimes those desires come at a price. Tonight's tale is called The Dream of Desire. Our story begins with a man named Victor, a man burdened by the weight of a life that never quite matched the dreams he once had. Victor was an ordinary man, living an ordinary life in an ordinary town. But behind these tired eyes flickered a restless yearning, a wish to escape the mundane, to hold in his hands what seemed just beyond grasp. One night, after yet another day of disappointment, Victor drifted into a restless sleep, but this was no ordinary slumber. As his eyelids shut, he found himself standing at the edge of an endless garden, bathed in silver moonlight. The roses bloomed with a strange iridescence, their petals whispering secrets only the night could hear. Here, in this dreamscape, a shimmering figure approached, a woman draped in shadows and light, offering him a single rose that carried the scent of forgotten wishes. "Welcome to the in-between," she said, her voice a melody that felt like both a warning and a promise. "Here, your deepest desire can be yours, but be careful what you wish for the price is seldom what you expect." Victor didn't hesitate. He clutched the rose, and with a breath, wished aloud for the life he once dreamed of: fame, fortune, love, a place where he would never feel unseen or unheard again. The dream dissolved as dawn crept into his room, but Victor awoke to find his world had shifted. At first, it was subtle. A stranger on the street called him by name. A forgotten lover's letter arrived in the mail. His reflection smiled back at him with newfound confidence. His wish was coming true. Yet, as days passed, the edges of his perfect life began to fray. The fame he sought brought strangers, but their smiles were hollow. The love he found was consuming and cold. The fortune slipped through his fingers like grains of sand. Worst of all, the man he once was, kind, hopeful, imperfect, faded into a ghost of a memory. One night, exhausted and haunted by the hollowness of his new reality, Victor returned to sleep, desperate for answers. Once again, he stood in the shimmering garden, where the woman in shadows awaited. "Why?" he asked, voice breaking. "Why does my dream feel like a nightmare?" She touched his hand gently, the rose petals wilting beneath her touch. "Because desire is a double-edged blade. In the in-between, every wish is a bargain struck with the unknown. What you seek becomes real, yes, but at the cost of what made your life true." Victor woke with a start, the chill of the dream clinging to his skin. He understood now. True fulfillment could not be bought or wished into existence. Some dreams are not meant to be owned but cherished, as whispers that guide us, not bind us. And so, he embraced the imperfections of his waking life, finding beauty in its raw, unvarnished moments. The in-between would always be there, a place of both wonder and warning, a reminder that sometimes the most precious things are not those we can read, but those we learn to accept. Tonight, as you lay your head to rest, remember Victor's tale, for in the quiet spaces where dreams and reality blur, your own desires may be waiting. But be careful, dear listener, for the price of a wish is rarely as simple as it seems. Good night, and may your dreams carry you safely through the in-between.